Hi, welcome to my Stoneware talk. Stoneware is one of Pampered Chef's bestsellers, so I thought I'd spend a few minutes just talking you through the different types of stoneware that we've got, some of the benefits and a few science bits thrown in for good measure. Stoneware is made from natural clay and it's got thousands and thousands of tiny holes in it, so when you cook with it, the moisture from the food has got somewhere to go and it will circulate in your oven, leaving you with the most juicy, succulent and moist food you can possibly imagine. Compare it to fish fingers on a baking tray. When you start to cook frozen fish fingers, the moisture comes out of the food and it goes onto the baking tray and it's got nowhere to go, and that heats up and then it starts to stick. You go back to the oven after 10 minutes, you turn it over, you lose half the breadcrumbs. By the time you finally get to serve it up to the children, you've got semi-naked fish fingers, and that is not a good look for your children. With stoneware, that doesn't happen. You don't have to go back to the oven to turn it over. You can leave it on the stone for the duration of the cooking time. You cook what cooks on the top, cooks on the bottom, so you'll get brown sausages all the way round. You'll get a pizza without a soggy bottom, no burnt crust, no raw middle. Chips will cook evenly as well because the stone heats up evenly. You don't get burnt crisps on the outside, raw chips in the middle. Stoneware can go in the oven, it can go in the fridge, it can go in the freezer, and believe it or not, it can also go in the microwave. The very first time I put mine in the microwave, I made the most gorgeous carrot cake where I actually stood and watched it for the whole 15 minutes. My husband thought I was nuts and asked what I was doing, and I just replied, I'm watching the stoneware, and it cooks amazingly. It's great for defrosting foods and it's great for that quick fix as well. It doesn't go in the dishwasher, but all you need to do is run it with hot water and you get a tiny little scraper when you first get your stone, and you just have to scrape the food off if it does happen to stick. Stoneware gets better the more and more you use it. When you first get it, it's a lovely cream colour, and the more you use it, the darker it gets. The darker the stoneware, the more effective it's going to be. Right, so we've got three main types of stoneware, and we've got a couple of speciality pieces as well, so I'm just going to talk you through the three main types. We've got our flat stones. This is one of our flat stones. This is the one that I got when I hosted my show 4.5 years ago. It's now got moulded handles on it, so it's a lot easier to use. We've got the round stone and we've got a rectangle stone. This is really good for things that don't roll around, so chips, potato wedges, fish cakes, fish fingers, bacon, that kind of thing. You can also do the most amazing biscuits on there and scones as well, which have got a lovely crust on them and they're really fluffy in the middle. So this is really good for flat things, and also for fridge food, if you have a fridge food Friday like I do. The next one is the bar pan. We've got a medium bar pan and we've got a small bar pan, and this is basically just like your normal baking tray that you would get, so it's got small size on it for things that have got a little bit of juice in them, so things like pork chops, lamb steaks, that kind of thing. Sausages, again, bacon that might have a bit of juice in it, things that are going to roll around a little bit. And also it makes the most amazing tray bakes, so your brownies and your flapjacks are absolutely amazing in there. And like I said, it cooks really evenly, so you won't get the burnt edges, and you'll just get really juicy food in there. And then we come on to our bakers. We've got lots of different bakers to suit all family types and all shapes and sizes. We've got round bakers, we've got square bakers, which this is one of them, and we've got rectangular bakers for the larger families. This one is the cranberry glazed baker. They also come unglazed. The only difference is the price. The glazed ones are slightly more expensive, the size is exactly the same. The only difference with these is that they look nice if you do lots of entertaining and you want to put it on your table when you're entertaining, and it looks pretty because it's got the glaze on the outside. If you don't mind about it going brown on the inside and brown on the outside, the unglazed one is probably the best option for you. This is really good for things that have got a bit of juice in them, for things that are going to have moisture coming out of them, and also what we lovingly call our chuck and bung recipes. We've got lots of recipes. Mexican chicken and curry in a hurry are two of our show favourites, so if you'd like to host a show, curry in a hurry is one of my favourites to do as well. And you mix everything up, chuck it in here raw, no need for pre-frying the chicken, pre-frying the onions or anything. Chuck it in here, bung it in the oven for half an hour and you get the most amazing curry. Roasts are also spectacular in here. If you like your roast pork with a bit of crackling, you can get that in here. No need to cover it up, no need to baste it. Just put it in the oven and you'll get the most amazing crackling and the most juicy pork as well. Cakes are also really good. Like I said, these will go in the microwave. This is what I made my carrot cake in, 15 minutes in the microwave. A gorgeous moist carrot cake in there. We've also got our speciality pieces. We've got a 12-cup muffin pan, which is great for doing muffins and cakes and also for doing Yorkshire puddings. If you want to see Yorkshire puddings and have magic Yorkshire puddings, please get in touch and you can host a show and I'll come and show you the Yorkshire puddings. We've also got a loaf tin for making bread, and we've got some small bakers as well. And we've also got our deep dish baker, and our deep covered baker and our round cover baker as well. So they're more like slow cookers, so you can bung the food in the oven, put the lid on it and leave it for 3 or 4 hours, and it will just cook the most delicious food. So I hope that's explained a little bit about the stoneware. And look, please come over to my Facebook page, Sarah's Pampered Chef page, and find out a bit more in there, and get in touch if you have any questions. I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.